Hello, and welcome back to Metaphysical Roundtable for your monthly numerology. I'm Jennifer, and I gotta tell you, I have a lot to say in this intro today. Okay, so just bear with me because we're at the end of the year, but we're also at the end of a 9-year cycle. All right, so there's some important things, and we've also had some previews this year to some of the big astrological changes that are going to take place in 2026. Like my cat just like knocking off like all my stuff. This is good. It really is. He's been all over my desk like all day. Yeah. So, the big astrological changes that we have going on next year. Saturn is not a big change, but Saturn is moving from like kind of calm and cool, emotional Pisces and moving into fiery Aries for the next 2 years. So in 2026, when Saturn moves back into Aries, we're going to really see like a very different kind of Saturn. All right. And again, we had a preview of it earlier this year in the summer, along with Neptune. Neptune is moving from watery Pisces into fiery Aries. Now, Neptune rules Pisces. So for the last 14 years, Neptune has been a pretty happy camper. Now he is moving into Aries for 14 years. So the last time this happened was about 164 years ago. So bear that in mind, okay? So Neptune and Aries, I mean, it can be kind of volatile. So this is going to be interesting, all right, to say the least. Then we have Uranus. Uranus moving into Gemini. We had, again, a preview of that earlier this year. So Uranus is going to be in Gemini for the next 7 years, beginning in 2026. So 2026 is a 1 year, the beginning of a new 9-year cycle, and we have all of these big transitions. So again, we've had a nice like year of Pluto being in Aquarius. We've had a preview of what it's going to be like to have Uranus in Gemini, Neptune in Aries, and Saturn in Aries. There are these bigger changes that are coming that are going to be very interesting in how things are going to play out for the next 9 years. And really for the next, Pluto doesn't leave Aquarius until 2044. So it's going to be a minute, right? But this is an important time because we are looking at the end of a 9-year cycle. Look back at your life, look back at just like the last like 18 years or so, and look at the 9-year cycles that have taken place just with you in your personal life, from 2017 until now, because 2017 was a 1 year. Then look back at 2008. That was a 1 year. Take a look at these things and see how things have played out for you during that 9-year cycle. And I know I did. I said I had a lot to say. I do have a lot to say, and I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to keep harping at it because I'm very excited about the crystal for this month, and you can't really see it in this light. Tiger's eye. She's gorgeous. I mean, really. It's a beautiful, beautiful crystal. So, I picked that for a reason because we are moving into a new 9-year cycle. We're moving into a 1 year in January. And I am very excited about it, but we all need some courage. We all need some courage, and I'm hoping this tiger's eye brings it to us. So let's kick this off, all right? And I'll try to go through the astrology really quickly, but I've been listening to things that people have been telling me, and I've made little notes along the way to tell you what I think is going to happen with some of these squares or trines or whatever, okay? So on the 4th of December, we are starting off the month with full moon in Gemini that hits its peak at 6:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 6th and the 7th, we have an important and our last water trine of the year, and maybe our last water trine, especially with these planets for a minute, with Mercury in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. Again, Saturn is leaving Pisces, and he's not going to be back for 29 to 30 years. So yeah, we're not going to have this water trine for a while. So again, we have Mercury in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. So this is inspiring. There's a lot of inspirational communication. I really love this. I'm really excited about it. And we had this trine also last month in November. On the 8th, we have Mars square Saturn, and this is going to be frustrating. So Mars is obviously the ruler of Aries, and Saturn rules Capricorn. These are two very stubborn signs. I can say that I'm Capricorn ascendant, but I mean, one of my dads is a Capricorn. Come on. Like, this is stubborn. So this can be a very frustrating little square here. So for a couple of days, we can have some frustration. Then on the 10th, we have Neptune going direct in Pisces. We also have Mercury opposing Uranus for the second time because, again, this happened in November. So that brings chaotic communication to the table. Spontaneous? That may be a better way to put it. I mean, it's my opinion. I just look at Uranus as the planet of chaos. Uniqueness. Unique. Okay, that's a better way to put it. Unique communication. Let's do that. Yeah. On the 11th, we have Mercury moving into Sagittarius. And remember, Mercury rules the opposing sign to Sagittarius. Mercury rules Gemini. So this is not the happiest place for Mercury. It's not the worst place. That would be Pisces. But it's not comfortable in Sag. But that's okay. It's not going to be there long. So, on the 14th, we have Mars square Neptune. This is confusion about like where we're headed. It's like our destination. Even if it's just a mental destination, or if it's a destination with our work or with our laundry or cleaning our house or just whatever. There's like, it's confusion in what we're focused on and how we're getting there. All right. On the 15th, we have Mars moving into Capricorn, and thank goodness. Oh my gosh, Mars loves being in Capricorn. Oh yeah, so this is so great because Mars in Sagittarius, it's not a bad place. It's not a bad place for Mars, but it's a little flightier than Mars like appreciates. So it's like a little too spontaneous with the frustration, with the anger. Maybe. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Maybe it's not a good way to put it. I don't know. On the 19th, yes, I was like, I lost my place. On the 19th, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. Unfortunately, this new moon in Sagittarius, which hits its peak at 8:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is square Saturn and Neptune. So manage your expectations with this new moon in Sagittarius. Okay? On the 21st, we have the sun moving into Capricorn. It is also winter solstice. So happy solstice. And Venus is square Saturn. Now, the thing about Venus being square Saturn is that it could give us some false hope with our relationships. So watch out for that, okay? On the 24th, we have Venus moving into Capricorn. Again, hallelujah. And incidentally, Venus is also square Neptune that same day, right before it moves into Capricorn. So when we see Venus square Neptune, even for a minute, it's going to cause tension between the reality and the illusion in our lives. Yeah. On the 30th, we have Mercury square Saturn. So stubborn communication. I know. It's so amazing because this is one of my rulers, and I'm double ruled by Mercury. There's a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening with Mercury. I mean, the trine is great, but these squares and oppositions, so much fun. Yeah. In all of that, I kind of glazed over the whole Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, but I just want to say happy holidays to everyone. Truly, truly, thank you for making my year back on my channel a fabulous one. So I really, really appreciate you. And whatever it is you're celebrating, happy holidays. And I am looking forward to this new year. Okay, so we are ending the month and the year with 3 planets in Earth plus South Node and the Sun, 3 planets in water plus North Node, 1 planet in fire, and 1 planet in air. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. Cancer is housing Jupiter, which is also retrograde. Virgo has South Node. Sagittarius has Mercury. Capricorn is hosting the Sun, Mars, and Venus. Lucky. Pluto is firmly in Aquarius. And Pisces has North Node, Saturn, and Neptune. Now, so we just have the 2 planets in retrograde. Uranus and Jupiter. But I want to talk about Tiger's Eye. This Tiger's Eye is the crystal of duality. And let me tell you, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I have these beautiful towers. I mean, it's just so pretty. And I even have some bracelets. And what I love about the bracelets is it's not particularly shiny, but you can really, really see all the different colors that are in the Tiger's Eye. It's these beautiful browns and golds. And this has a long history, okay? Long history. Most of the information I got is from crystalvaults.com. But this crystal is known as all-seeing, all-knowing eye. With the long history, Egypt compared the Tiger's Eye with, it represented the sun god Ra and the god of growing Geb. I think I'm saying that right. And it was, again, about duality because the sun god and the god of growing, it was representing the sun and the earth. So very, very interesting combination, which we all love here. This was strength, vitality, divine vision, and they even put these crystals in the eyes of like statues for their deities. Kind of cool. Yeah. The Romans used this because they wore it into battle for courage and protection. The Greeks used the Tiger's Eye to reflect back malice or threats to someone that was maybe on a journey or even like a spiritual journey, because this helped them to navigate safely without malice or threats from others. So it reflected back the malice and threats to people that were sending it out to the travelers. Again, even if it was a spiritual travel. So this crystal is very much about courage, integrity, protection, proper use of power, harmony between opposites. So any opposing feelings or people that are in opposition views. This is a wonderful, I think this would be a wonderful crystal for us all to have right now. This is a great crystal for willpower, determination, grounding, clarity, focus, and of course, good luck, prosperity, good fortune, and protecting all of your stuff. So protecting anything that like you own. Because again, this was historically speaking used to protect like your possessions. I almost forgot just two quick things, real fast. My necklace is also a tiger's eye, and it is so pretty. It's I just want you guys to see that. It's in a dragon claw, and it's a tiger's eye. And I may be giving this away at the end of the year. I know. Because I'm putting together a little package for a end of the year gift, shall we say? Maybe even a New Year's gift. So keep that in mind when I'm referring to jewelry in the giveaway. And also, the card decks that I am reading from are the usual, the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards and the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. Just wanted to, make sure I touch base on that before I go into everybody's numbers. All right, this has been an extra long intro. Thank you again for all of your support in 2025. This has been quite the journey for me on this channel. So I do appreciate all of you. I really do. So let's get into it and see what the your personal numerology is here at the end of this 9-year and this 9-year cycle. Hello, Life Path 22. December for us is a 7-month. And I call the 7 vibration the spiritual mafia. It's fun. But the vibration of the 7 values connection. All kinds of spiritual connection to nature, to each other, to like the universe, to our angels, our guides. It's a very important connection that the vibration of the 7 emphasizes. This is also a fantastic time of spiritual study, of spiritual expansion, of just like opening yourself up to additional metaphysical knowledge. And I gotta tell you, the vibration of the 7 has very high standards. It learns through experience. It wants to like discover and spend time with like analyzing, investigating, and assessing like what's brought into it, like to see if that's a real thing or if it's something that's going to stick around. If it's something that's going to stick around or if it's something temporary. I guess that's a better way to put it. The vibration of the 7, it knows exactly what it likes and what it doesn't like. It trusts its own judgment. It's honestly, it's full of insight. And I think this is so good because in the vibration of the 7, it is a time of rest, searching for and recognizing peace. And I gotta tell you, not everybody's peace looks the same. Not everybody's rest looks the same. Because some people find washing dishes very peaceful or very restful because they're like going through the motions, maybe their hands are in warm soapy water and they're just like, okay. Some people find that very stressful. Some people love like washing clothes or just tidying up around the house. Some people prefer exercising or meditating or just sitting down with a good book in literal like silence. But everybody's peace and everybody's rest looks different. It does. So take this time to like review yours. Look at what brings you peace, what looks like rest to you, and spend some time in contemplation, some time in introspection, and really look into, I almost want to say look into studying some philosophies. I think this is something highly underrated is like us reading books on philosophy. I'm just one woman's opinion. And I know I'm getting all deep into it because I am a 22, but I'm just letting you know how I feel. With the vibration of the seven, along with analysis, this vibration likes to analyze like conflicts or problems as they are coming in. It doesn't like to stockpile the problems or the issues or the conflicts or whatever. It wants to just analyze it as it's happening, as it's coming in, so that it can know what to do and not have to, again, not have to stockpile that stuff up, because that is very stressful to the vibration of the seven. Honestly, I feel like it's very stressful to everyone, but I think it would be especially stressful to us in a month of a seven chock full of holidays. Because, I mean, we've got Hanukkah, we've got Kwanzaa, we've got Christmas, we've got winter solstice, and New Year's Eve. This is going to be a busy month. Yeah. So the mantra of the seven is I am graceful spirit, finding insight, beauty, and peace all around me. Again, that's very subjective. Insight, beauty, and peace is subjective from one person to another. I think that it's very stressful to sit down and watch a hockey game, but my husband loves that. I enjoy sitting down and reading a book. He does not. It's very subjective. Yeah. So embrace what it is like that's coming into you this month and really sit down and decide what is peace for you and what is rest. It's a good time to do this here at the end of a 9-year and a 9-year cycle in numerology. Yeah, it's good. So the lesson of the seven is making choices without retreating from others and finding the answers within yourself and trusting them. This is, again, a huge component of the seven vibration is trusting your own judgment. Because the shadow side of the seven is self-imposed isolation, self-doubt, insecurity, which leads to running from problems and decisions. Yeah, and letting them stockpile. It's not favorable during this December with, again, all of these holidays, all of these interactions that we're going to have socially, maybe with other people or in our community or our families. But more than that, it's the end of a 9-year. It's not a good idea to stockpile that. We don't want to carry it into this wonderful 1 year that we have coming up in 2026. All right, let's see what kind of advice cards we get for you, you master builder, you spiritual master builder. I know. I think this is just, I think this can be an amazing time for us because, again, we're very practical, like luminaries, and extremely intuitive. So let's join in and see what our peace looks like and what our rest looks like before we move into this very energetic 1 year. Ah. Yimanya, golden opportunity. I know I can read this if I get it in the right light. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. Golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. I think this is an important time for us. New moon in Aries. Oh, come on. You can focus. New moon in Aries. It's time to take action. A golden opportunity. It is time to take action. I kind of like this. A golden opportunity, and it's time to take action. Okay. New moon in Aries. The flame is lit. A wonderful new start beckons, and you are on the right track. Drawing this card is a superbly positive sign if there's something you want to happen in your life. Take this card as a big yes from the universe. This is the time to really tune into your dreams. You may still have a long way to go. After all, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, but you're on your way. Determination, self-assertion, and bravery are called for. But the hot fire of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor you're asking about. The caution? Don't go too fast and forget your manners. Treat people well as you charge towards your goals. You'll create much better karma for yourself. Don't even think about giving up. Well, I got to tell you, that hits home with me. What about you? Oh my gosh. This is very exciting. I know. I am very excited about this. So, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful December Life Path 22. I hope to see you here for the mid-month numerology reading. And of course, I really hope to see you in 2026. But until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.